for anyone that doesn't kind of get a chance to listen to the long conversation we had about your dad before, I mean, the reason we connected in the first place was this beautiful kind of afterword you wrote in Dynamite and Davy, Stephen Bell's book. And um, that really hit home to me when I read it again recently, because I've just recently written words to my dad. So it's been about a year now since I lost my dad. And I found it really cathartic. I don't know if they're ever going to be published, those words. I don't know if I'll ever do anything with them, but just the act of getting them down and telling them how I felt has helped me a lot. Like, how was it for you? Like, when you wrote them, did you anticipate that one day they were going to kind of be in this book, or did you there it is.
So I did write that particularly for that book. And because when my dad passed away, I was 2 months pregnant. And so, of course, there's a risk of flying. I'm in Calgary and, my dad was in England. So, and it would be short notice. I wouldn't be able to take my family, like, because it's very expensive. So I didn't want to put that stress on my body, a new pregnancy, to go to the funeral. So what ended up happening was my cousin actually FaceTimed me at the funeral, which was really, really nice and amazing. And I'll always appreciate and remember that he did that for me. I could hardly hear a thing, but it was still, at least I was kind of there.
Yeah.
So anyway, so when Stephen asked me to write something in the book, I kind of used it as my opportunity to, like, what I would have said if I was at the funeral, like my speech kind of thing. So it was very, very healing for me. And I still talk to my dad, like, if I need things to get things off my chest or whatever, I'll just speak to him. I speak to him all the time. I don't really pray to God or anything like that. I pray to my dad. So yeah, he's always there and he's always dropping dimes. I found a dime yesterday. I find them everywhere. Like, so much so that I'm like, oh, did this just fall out of my wallet? Was this just, but my sister's like, no, Bronwyn, like, when you find them, they're dead. Like, that's how much he's leaving them. I find them all the time. And so does my sister and so does my mom.
Yeah, I mean, I've planted a tree since losing my dad, and that's my little spot where I sit outside every morning and have a coffee and have a quick chat to him. I think it's a really healthy way of processing it, because then that family, they're not gone, they're just not here anymore, but they're still very much around. I'm sure when you were doing that speech at the Spectrum, I'm sure he was there listening to every word. Like, I'm a big believer at these people. We're not left behind by our loved ones; they're just somewhere else, and we'll see them again sometime.
Yeah, absolutely.